lovely people. My name is Tari, and welcome to my channel. I will define myself. I am back here with some encouraging spiritual channeled messages for the upcoming week. Um, and if you are new to my channel, welcome. If you have been here before, thank you so much for your support. Um, this is, in a sense, me bringing um, this spiritual aspect of myself to the channel is very new for me. So I'm nervous at the same time, but super excited to be able to share this with everyone. Um, if you are not a subscriber already, I do hope that after the video that you will subscribe. If the message resonates with you, please like and subscribe. My hope is to be able to post these messages every week and holding myself accountable. So with that being stated, let's go ahead and get started with the reading today. I want to start off with an affirmation for everyone. Today is Sunday, March 26th, and the affirmation for the day is, I am a decisive and productive person. I follow through with tasks that I start and make no excuses. That is some definitely show up for myself energy. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into this reading, everyone. So the first set, and you are meant to pick a card, pick the stone that resonates with you the most. The first one is this moonstone right here. It's in the shape of an owl, gifted to me by my spiritual partner. Then we have this lapis rough crystal here. And then we also have this beautiful carnelian sphere. You guys, I found an amazing Black-owned crystal shop here, and I have just gone bonkers going there. So just go ahead and take a look for a minute, get a feel, and I will see you for your particular reading, okay? Hello. So if you pick this pile number 1, you chose the moonstone crystal. Owls are also my self-proclaimed spirit animal. And here is your crystal message for this reading. A moonstone, whoever needs it, pretty much all you earth goddesses out there and the people you keep around who need to work on their empathy, patience, and intuition, and when to use it. It's best to use under a new moon. Use it to set intentions that align with your purest, life-affirming, inner child nurturing calling. Under a full moon, moonstone belongs in the bedroom or wherever you get down. Overall is to help you find your natural rhythm. Okay, so moonstone. I work a lot with moonstone, but I'm just gonna set this here to the side. I'm gonna go ahead and get started with this reading. So I will be working with 4 decks today. I will be working with the Divine Beloved Oracle deck, the Divine Animal Oracle deck, the Wild Offering Oracle deck, and the How to Love Yourself. As you can see, I'm working with or maybe you can't see, I can't tell on the camera, but a pink candle. My energy this past week and waking up this morning is very calm. It's very nurturing. It's a very nurturing energy. So it's definitely giving me a pastel pink loving vibe. So that's definitely the energy that we are working with today. So let's get started. I'll be pulling from the Divine Beloved Oracle deck first. Mental check-in. How was last week for you guys? My week was, it actually wasn't bad. I was very, this card flew out. We have Grace here. We have Relax. Any other messages, Spirit? Interesting. I'm getting a very gentle, so far, just like a gentle, compassionate just kind of vibe from this group. Any other messages, Spirit? Whoa. Okay. We had a few pop out. I'm a firm believer that if it pops out, it was meant for you to see it. So we have desires here. Let's see. We have eternity. Interesting. We have competition. I'm going to move the moonstone out of the way for just a tidbit. See if I can move some of these over to make some space. For this, I want all of these from this deck. And then we have the attachment card here. Okay, let's move on to the next deck, which is my Wild Offering Oracle deck. Fun fact, this Wild Offering Oracle deck was one of my first Oracle decks, and it always would read me to filth. It definitely keeps me honest. I'm not going to say read me to filth, but it's definitely one that I have a very, very strong connection with. And I'm super, super grateful for it. But thus far, you have grace, you have relax, you have desires, you have eternity, competition, and attachment. How I read when it comes to Oracle cards is I believe that all of them are, it's pretty much a story. It tells a story, the cards, whether that be from, the past to the present to, future actions that should be taken. But it all tells a divine story and has a flow. And things aren't necessarily always taken literally. So it's also something else to consider. You want it to pop out. Self-sufficiency. Interesting. Other divine messages here. Okay. We have empowerment, and then we have true offering. Okay, let's move on to the divine animal oracle card deck. Okay, what animalistic energy should you be embodying this week or moving forward, or what is the tone for this group? This is also a deck that I have. You have the elk coming in for your energy this week. I'm actually not surprised by. And last but not least, we have the How to Love Yourself card. This is just a beautiful deck, and it was also gifted to me by my spiritual partner also. Shout out to you, you know who you are. And I have several decks that have been gifted to me. So I'm grateful for each and every one of them. And at some point you will be, you will know, I will give shout outs to those individuals in a very incognito way, a very stealth way. But everyone who knows me knows that oracle cards are just my jam. So, excuse me. Okay, Spirit, how to love yourself. How to love yourself. How can this deck love himself? All right. So you have, and there's two sides to these cards. The first side says, with joy, I recognize my perfection and the perfection of life. And then the second side reads, each person is part of the harmonious whole. Okay, so let's dive in. Just give me a minute to just kind of sit with this energy, see what I'm getting, what I'm feeling. And we will go from there. So let's see, you have the grace card coming through, which says, may I honor all the ways your grace flows so I move in harmony with you. Open me to trust and receive your abundant blessings in every way, in harmony with the flow. Which is interesting because you also have this card right here for the self-love that says each person is part of the harmonious whole. No coincidence there. You have relax, says I receive all blessings. Oh, beloved, change me into one who knows how to relax completely, sleep deeply, and receive all the blessings of every moment exactly as it presents itself with ease and gratitude. I wonder, does this group seems to, I'm getting this energy of this group is very, very, like this group, you're like a set of givers. Like it's natural and easy for you to give, but it's maybe not super easy for you to receive, nor is it super easy for you to put the energy into yourself that you do for other people. Your next card is desires. I offer all longings to you. Change me, divine beloved, into one who offers all longings to you. Let me feel whole, knowing all true needs will be handled. You are my source for all. Then we have eternity, deeper union with you. Change me, divine beloved, into one who understands the true meaning of death. Remove my fear of dying. Open my vision for the eternal. May all transitions lead me into ever deepening union with you. Competition, I am yours alone. Change me, divine beloved, into one who can trust that you alone are the source for all. Free me from the illusions of scarcity and competition. Let me trust that all needs are always richly met. I am yours, yours alone. And we have attachment. I release all attachments. Change me, divine beloved, into one who trusts that the perfect relationship always arrives on time. Let me feel worthy and deserving of love. Interesting. And then we have self-sufficiency. The ultimate sufficiency is relying on God. It doesn't mean hiding in a cave and saying, I don't need people. Instead, it says, God is my source and I'm willing to receive all the help, love, and support that wants to come. Then we have empowerment. When you ask the divine to take over, you get pulled into your own authentic power. It's a force of inner love that wants your wholeness and magnificence. We have true offering here. May I release the fears, illusions, and addictions that keep me from true offering. May I relax into your plan, trusting that the next steps will always be shown. Okay, so here's the deal, okay, with this group. I feel like it's so obvious and it's definitely aligns with the moonstone crystal. Spirit wants you to, one, know that you are ultimately deserving, okay? You are deserving, you are worthy. And all of these dreams, aspirations, desires of the heart that you have, they will come to fruition. It is going to happen. But here is the deal. This group has an issue with believing in that. This group has an issue with manifesting that. This group, I feel, is feeling as if, and there's a lot of pinks in here, okay, aligning with this pink candle. This group needs to focus on understanding that you can trust the divine. I feel like with this group, it's very easy for you to extend and to exude that energy of trust when it comes to other people in their lives. But when it comes to you, you just feel like, this may not ever happen for me, or it feels like it's not ever happening for me, or it's not ever going to happen for me. Which I completely get it. Anybody who knows me knows that I have also struggled with that in the past. And even now, I'm sometimes a little triggered, but it's important to remember that as soon as you take that leap, as soon as you jump, like, you can manifest this. Like, you can totally manifest this. I completely understand why you all picked the moonstone crystal and why it's literally like the centerfold for this reading. God, the divine spirit, the universe wants you to believe. You're not meant to do it alone. You're not meant to control everything. You're not meant to control everything. Sometimes the ultimate control is literally letting go of the fact that you don't have any control. You only have control over yourself. But you have to learn how to flow with the process. You have to honor every part of your flow, of your path. And trust that it is in harmony for your highest good. You're not meant to do it alone. You have to rely on the divine. You have to rely on God. You have to rely on your spirit team, your angels. You have to surrender. You have to surrender that control. You have to surrender that control, that need to orchestrate, every note that is being composed. Sometimes it's the freestyles that are the things that you just feel and trust and believe in with the passion. That is more liberating. It's more beautiful. It's more authentic. And you want to live and be your authentic self. You want to. The ultimate form of attraction is detachment, right? So you have to release all of your attachments. Release. Let them go. What is the worst thing that could happen if you let them go? What, you get better sleep at night? Your thoughts aren't always racing constantly? This is what is meant by this eternity card. Deeper union with you. Tying into death. Okay. Death ultimately leads to rebirth. It ultimately does. It ultimately leads to rebirth. I don't know if my camera is focusing or not, but you have to release all that does not serve you. You have to release this need to control. You have to release this lacking mentality, this I am scarce mentality. You have to release this. It's not doing any good for you. It's not at all. Your desires are valid. Your desires will be met. But I'm feeling like the things that are primarily coming through with this is, one, you have to surrender and release control. That's primarily these two. You have to surrender and release control. You have to trust. You have to. And the more you try to control, the more you're just pushing it away. That's not manifesting, controlling. It's not. Like, moonstone is really good for setting intention for a new moon. For a full moon, you know, you're releasing. But once you do that, you literally let it go. And you start to put in the work. But you're not fixated on what you were trying to manifest anymore. You've already put that out into the universe. But you have to give the divine space and room to get done what needs to be done there. Oh, trust and believe. The more that you fixate on it, the more you just worry yourself, and it's just being pushed further away. The second primary message is there are certain things in your life that need to die. And by death, I mean letting go of, cutting the cord. Habits, persons, places. I think it more so has to do with your mindset and rewiring your subconscious, though. I think this is a very, very pessimistic group. And the divine wants you to start believing that your desires are valid, they're real. And the divine wants you to truly, truly offer your trust, offer your love, offer your patience, in knowing that your steps are divinely orchestrated and ultimately harmonious for your highest good, for the ultimate path that's tailor-made for you. Each person is part of the harmonious whole. Remember that. Also remember that it's important for you to receive. It's important for you to pour into yourself. Again, I feel like with this group, it's very easy for you to give others that energy, but maybe not necessarily easy for you to receive it. And you can't continue to pour out of a cup and not be replenished. Okay? You won't be able to sustain it. And what is left for you? What is left for you? Because you are important. You matter. Your overall animal energy that's coming through this week is the elk. Stamina, awareness, tenacity. You are being guided to keep your eyes, mind, and heart on your desires. Marshal your power to follow through and break free from discomfort. Expand and stretch yourself in ways you never thought possible. You are a teacher and a student of life. The thing that stands out to me the most is you're being guided to keep your eyes, mind, and heart on your desires. Literally manifesting. Manifest the desires of your heart. Manifest, work with the energy, but believe, okay? It's going to come, but understand that you don't get to control how it comes. And the more that you hold on to that need to control that, the more you, one, drive yourself crazy, but the more you prolong these desires from occurring. Detach, let go of what no longer serves you, which primarily for this group has to do with rewiring your subconscious and the need to control. Okay? So, lovelies, I hope you have a great week, and I hope you find this message that it resonates with you. Oh, hold on. I have one more deck that I want to pull from. If you guys are journalers, I journal quite a bit, getting my thoughts on paper, but I want to pose you all with a question for this week for you to think about. It can be used as a journal prompt. It could be something that you just sit with. But I find that a lot of the times, probing questions really help us uncover and unpack certain things in our lives that maybe we didn't think about. So let's see what your probing question is for this week. And we'll go from there. Ooh, flipped out. I don't know if you guys saw that. I don't know if it was on camera, but it flew out. So your question for this week is, what are my favorite ways to take care of myself physically and emotionally? You guys, I literally was just talking about you pouring into yourself and receiving and understanding what that looks like. So take this as food for thought, but also as divine alignment, okay? What are your favorite ways to take care of yourself physically and emotionally? All right, because you are loved and you are loved. All right, you all. Thank you for joining me today. Again, please like this video and subscribe to the channel where, weekly I will be sharing these positive messages with you. Okay? I love you, and I will see you in my next video. Hello, 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 lovelies. Moving on to the messages for pile number 2. If you chose this pile, then you chose the lapis crystal, seraph crystal, and your overall message for this crystal is, let's see, who needs it? Cat people, Leos, anyone who uses the phrase, in a past life, I'm totally convinced I was a. And then when to use it is when your thoughts are not your friends. Call on lapis lazuli to help get you out of whatever your mind has gotten you into. Overall, ascend your rightful throne. Okay, so that is your overall message for this lapis crystal for this group. So let's dive into your reading. Okay, with this deck first, I'm going to start with the Wild Offering deck. See what comes through for you all. Just what messages you have for this group. Oh, what are you looking forward to the most this week? As these cards are making themselves known. Okay, we got the enjoyment card that popped out. That's good. Striving and pushing makes life into endless hard work. The more you're inviting love to take over, the more enjoyment comes. Allow me to enjoy this life. Dear Lord. Enjoyment. That's a great card to start off with. Spirit, you have any other messages for this group? Yes, yes. I don't know if you guys can see those pop out, but see, we have calmness here. The inner divine is the witness of all, remaining still and quiet even during intense turbulence. So take a deep breath and then say, quiet my mind, dear Lord. May your peaceful calm take over. Okay, seriously, literally on this card, when to use. When your thoughts are not your friends, call on Lapis Lazuli to help get you out of whatever your mind has gotten you into. I hope you guys can see that. No mistake. No mistake. Okay. The next card is Ambition. May I offer all of my deepest longings to love itself and invite a divine plan beyond the mind's imagining. Please use me for the highest good. Gosh, that is always one of my ultimate things I'm asking from the divine. Okay, let's move on to the next deck. Divine Beloved Oracle card. You've got enjoyment, calmness, and ambition. You've got offering. I am peaceful. Let me, Divine Beloved, offer all desires to you, knowing the right outcomes are already selected. Grant me true surrender and peace. Let me be only a vehicle for your will in every way. It's interesting because ambition and offering literally like parallel. For Ambition card, may I offer all my deepest longings to love itself and invite a divine plan beyond the mind's imagining. And then this one, let me, Divine Beloved, offer all desires to you. Ooh. I can say it's not the exact same thing as group 1. It's very similar though. Very similar. I feel like with group 1, and maybe if you chose this pile too, maybe visit group 1 as well, because there are definitely some similar messages for sure. They just kind of came out and revealed themselves in different ways. Anything else, Spirit, that you have for this group? You guys, I am a shuffler with cards, so a lot of the times I can sense or feel just like when I need to stop. This is crazy. Okay, this is definitely, you guys are also going to have to take a look at pile number 1. Honestly, I would, because I feel like it resonates. I feel like it definitely resonates. It all connects, but anywho, you have the Desires card. I offer all longings to you. Change me, Divine Beloved, into one who offers all longings to you. Let me feel whole, knowing all true needs will be handled. You are my source for all. One last message, Spirit, for this deck. From this deck for this particular group. Very, very, very interesting. It's like, and the first group was Moonstone, but it's almost as if like, it's like this is like the area where you are before. Okay, you also have the Protection card that is coming out. Change me, Divine Beloved, into one who is protected from all negative energy and predictions. Fill me with your dazzling and radiant light. Make me a vessel for your love. I now release all fears I've absorbed from others. Huh. Why so pessimistic? Is that the energy for this week? I'm just being like your mind. Because the mind is a very powerful thing. But you have to be careful with like your mind. And I'm getting that like with this group. You have to be careful of what you're feeding your mind. And I think that's the theme for this group overall. What are you feeding your mind? The mind is key here. And working with Lapis can definitely help provide some clarity and clear all of that for you. For sure, because you were meant to enjoy your life. You're meant to have joy within, peace within. And I just feel like with this group, I feel like you are just some negative Nancy's around here. Or lately, you've been a negative Nancy. I feel like there's a little bit of you that has hope, but the fear of it not happening or where you are right now is just like clouding all of whatever thoughts that you could possibly have, any inkling of positivity. I just think it's like, as quickly as the positivity comes, it goes, because of maybe what you're surrounded by. You can't see like the good in it, which perspective is everything, which then directly impacts you just not being able to trust. But with this group, like your mind, please, if you are in this space, just please channel the energy of like rewiring your subconscious. Like, the energy that you give it, the energy that you give those thoughts, you fuel it. You fuel it. Like, and with the other group 1, pile number 1, which is why I recommend you guys to read them. I feel like theirs was more so, they were sitting in a somewhat similar space, as far as like there wasn't this aspect of control that like they needed to let go of, but it was more so for them had to do with like manifesting, right? I feel like with this group, that before you're even able to manifest anything, like you gotta focus on rewiring your subconscious. You have to focus on speaking and thinking positively, because right now, and having some compassion with yourself. I'm seeing a lot of pinks. I love that I chose this pink candle to work with today. It's great. Let's go to final deck, which is the Divine Animal Oracle deck, and what animal energy should you be channeling this week? So let's see. What animal energy should you be channeling this week? My lovely, lovely people. Side note, I hope you guys can hear me well. I will invest in a mic at some point, so you can hear me clearer if you need to hear me clearer. Let's see. Taking a while to come out, but I feel you're gonna come soon. I feel like you're gonna come soon. You're gonna pop out soon. Meantime, ooh, yep. Felt like you were coming soon. B, creativity, cooperation, productivity. You are being guided to change something in your life. Become inspired, follow your heart, and creatively build your future with today's decisions. You have no limitations and there are no boundaries to your capabilities. Any assistance you need will always be found. For this group, I feel like you are not really feeling that. Your mind right now is just all, excuse my language, effed up. It's just all effed up right now. But that's okay. That's okay, because I feel like even in the midst of this cluster F that is your mind right now, with the negativity and the thoughts and whatnot, Spirit wants you to know that you have the power. You have the power to change all of this. You're meant to enjoy life. You are meant to speak and think positively, guys. It literally directly impacts your perspective. It directly impacts how you're even able to manifest. Before you're able to manifest these things, you have to work on speaking life into these things. You have to speak life into the desires that you have. You have to speak life into yourself. I'm not even getting with this group. Like this is all about you. This isn't about anybody else, because I'm not even getting with this group that it's like, oh, you can speak life into other people. Like, I feel like for this group, this is just specifically like about your mind. It's got nothing to do with anybody else. This is about you. You have desires, you have dreams. But you're a little pessimistic person, child. You are very, very pessimistic. And the energies that spirit wants you to embody is, or are rather, calmness. Your mind is so chaotic right now. It's like, I'm trying to figure out a good like metaphor or even like simile to use, but like, there used to be like this game or whatever, or maybe it's like a ping pong thing, but I think it was more so like an arcade game where like you had like this little ball and then you like flicked it and then it just like started bouncing like all over the place. Like, that's your mind. It's very turbulent. It's not quiet at all. And even if it's were turbulent, like, you would want it to be turbulent with like you speaking and thinking positively and speaking that into your life, but it's not. You have a lot that you desire. A lot that you desire. And know that you will receive it. You will receive it. But you got to put in the work. You got to put in the work to rewire your subconscious. You have to put on the work. You have to put in the work on speaking life into yourself. You have to work on being kind to yourself, my lovely. You have to work on being kind to yourself. You are safe. But you're afraid. You're afraid. You're afraid. And the universe just wants you to offer that. Offer your fears, offer your desires, offer your whole and complete self to the divine. And see what happens. But also know that this isn't easy, okay? It's not easy. It's not easy to let go. I'm sensing with this group that you are really, really going to have to put in the work. In order to get to these, you need to work on doing this, okay? You really, really need to work on healing and rewiring your subconscious. Because you're not speaking life into yourself. You're not speaking life into your desires. You're not being kind to yourself. And this takes work to do. It takes work to do. It takes an active daily practice. But I guarantee you that it does get easier. It does get easier. But you got to work on it, negative Nancy's. You got to work on it. And that's just real. How can you expect positive? How can you attract these things when literally that's not even what you're putting out in the universe? It's not what you're giving yourself. How can you? Right? It literally, that's not logical. And I'm a Virgo. I struggle with like logic all the time. This balance between logic and like, spirit, living life beyond logic. But that is literally like, It's not logical. Channel the energy of the bee this week, okay? See all the pinks, just like this pink candle, all the pinks in your reading. Have some compassion with yourself, but also to speak positively, speak life, speak gentleness, speak patience, speak love into yourself. Rewire your subconscious, okay? You're being guided to change something in your life. You are being guided to change your mental. You're meant to live an enjoyable life, okay? But you have to put in the work. You have to. But know that it's there. The destination is always there, okay? It's the journey that really counts and who we become along the way. All right, lovely. So I hope you find that this message resonated with you, that you have a great week. I have one more deck that I'd like to pull from with you all. If you are a journaler, if you're not a journaler, that's okay too. But it's just a probing question. Find that probing question strike, you know. Just give us some food for thought in general. Okay, I journal a lot. My thoughts come out better on paper. I've always said that. And I love letters. I love writing letters. A little bit about me. But what is your probing question for this week? What is your food for thought? Okay. The last question that was posed for pile 1, it definitely aligned with their overall message for sure. Which there does seem to be like a theme of like compassion with like the self. That did kind of, you know, span across both readings. But let's see what your probing question is for this week. Spirit, what questions do you have for this group? Aren't they beautiful? Ooh, let's see. What would I write in a letter to my future self? What a way to set the tone for this week, my lovelies, as you were thinking about rewiring your mind and your subconscious. Your future self could be tomorrow. Your future self could be 10 hours from now, 5 hours from now. But what would you write in a letter to your future self? Okay? That's all I have this week for you. Okay? I hope you have an amazing week. I hope this message resonated with you. If you did, please like it, subscribe to the channel. There are more weekly messages where this came from. Thank you so much for supporting my channel and for being here. And remember that you are loved and you are loved. Okay? Until next week. Bye. Hello, hello, my lovelies. This message is for group 3 or pile number 3. If you did choose this, you chose the beautiful, beautiful carnelian sphere crystal. And the energies for this crystal is, let's see, who needs it? Anyone that is understimulated? Anybody looking to get acquainted with their fears? Hello, fear. My name is... We have some beautiful work to do together. Now, shut the F up and let's do this. When to use it. When you find your creativity or sex drive on sleep mode. Overall messages, go with your gut. Carnelian's fiery energy helps spin us out of fearful thought cycles and into action. Okay, so we're gonna set this, I'm gonna place this over here, the crystal over here, and we're gonna get started with your reading. Okay, so I'm pulling from 4 different oracle decks. We are gonna start off with pulling from the Divine Beloved Oracle deck. I'll be curious to see the messages that come out for this group because there were some similarities between just like group number 1 and group number 2. Weren't exactly the same, but very similar in certain ways. So we shall see. But I hope you all had a very lovely week last week. I wish you had an even more lovelier week. I clearly love using that word. And just love in general. But let's see, Carnelian group, what messages Spirit has for you. Messages Spirit do you have for this group? Carnelian is such a beautiful, beautiful crystal. As we were waiting for Spirit to kick us out, kick out what this group just really needs to focus on and channel for this week, or what the tone is, or the energy is. Oh, let's see. We got boundaries, the first card coming out. I am entitled to say no. Change me, Divine Beloved, into one who easily sets boundaries wherever needed. May I feel entitled to say no to any situation that feels bad or wrong. Fill me with divine confidence. Speak through me. Boundaries. Boundaries, boundaries, boundaries. Boundaries can be a very, very tricky thing. Saying no also isn't as easy to do as some people may think, or for certain people. For certain people, it's very easy to say no, but for others, it is not. So, this group, I'm curious to see what else comes out, because definitely starting off with boundaries. So, that in itself. Okay, we have a few more that have popped out. We have Source. Okay, you are my source. Change me, Divine Beloved, into one who knows that you are my source. Fill me with confidence and faith so I know I never have to beg. Just gratefully receive. You know, receiving is a theme across all of the messages, honestly. And we have generosity. I am abundant love. Change me, Divine Beloved, into one who can easily send blessings to all, even those filled with negativity or fear. May I shower the planet with love, knowing there is an unlimited ocean within me. Interesting. Is there anything else, Spirit, from this deck, this group? Be aware of. You guys, there's not really a minute. I just shuffle, honestly, until I feel like there are no more messages from like a deck that needs to come out. And I believe that was the last one. Spirit. Ooh, I like the art for this. I am filled with light. Change me, Divine Beloved, into one who knows my spirit is eternal and ageless. Let me release any old ideas of constriction or limitation. My whole being is filled with joy, energy, and beauty, a vessel for the divine Shakti. Beautiful card. You know, this is a beautiful group. Not saying that the other groups weren't beautiful. It's not what I'm saying. All of you are beautiful. But this message is different. It's different. It's very different. Let's see. Okay, we're going to move on to the Wild Offering Oracle deck. See if I can get a little bit more clarity on what I feel is coming through. Got the Patience card. Patience card that fell out of this deck. Let's see. Spirit, do you have any other messages for this group? you. Solitude. Okay. Once you embrace the inner divine in your own sacred solitude, the right people arrive at the right time, exactly on schedule without forcing or chasing. Huh. Interesting. When you fully, I'm sorry, I just started reading companionship. When you fully bless and embrace your aloneness, you're ready for the ones who are meant to be with you. May I welcome the solitude, knowing it will open the way for all healthy relationships. Oh, okay. And then we have independence. The more you learn to feed yourself on the inside and care for the inner child, the more freestanding you become. Help me feed and love this inner child. Dear Lord. Okay, I feel like I know where this is going, but let's get out and see how to love yourself and pull from that deck, and then we'll get into dissecting some of these messages. Get into dissecting some of these messages. But right out the gate, I am feeling more so that it's kind of necessary for this group to like go in hermit mode. Oh, okay. I am feeling like that just fell. Okay, it's your message. I receive life's gifts with joy and pleasure and gratitude. I'm feeling like this group needs some time alone. And it is more so for clarity purposes. Okay. Let's see what Divine Animal Oracle card you were like channeling this week, and just like that is. But this group definitely needs some alone time, because you need to be intentional about where your energy is going and like when you should be using your energy. There we go. I feel like this group is also just like a little anxious about something. Or it's more so just like you have to be you need to exercise patience in general when it comes to, I think more so you have to exercise patience when it comes to learning yourself and like I'm trying to figure out how to word this, you guys. My thoughts come out better on paper, but your patience more so has to do with yourself. And it has to do with like understanding like all of this, like, because this group is like a very giving group. I can tell, like, the energy is, I'm a giving group, I'm a loving group, but with that being stated, you need some boundaries. Being a loving group, you need some boundaries, right? Animal energy this week is the elephant, affectionate, intelligent, and physical strength. You are being guided to focus on the relationships in your life that bring harmony, stability, opportunity, and unconditional love. There's no obstacle that can hinder your forward movement. You possess limitless mental and physical strength. So I'm getting and feeling that this group, you have beautiful hearts, you're giving people. It's natural for you to give, and you have a lot of like energy that you like put out there and give people, but I think that it's Spirit wants you to take a step back and really evaluate and sit with all of the places your energy is going and why you feel the need to give your energy just like so willingly. There's a root to it. There's a root to it. And I feel like you are left feeling just like exhausted and like you're lacking because you're giving so much. Again, I feel like this group has an issue with like receiving and like replenishing. And I feel like you're being called to step into some solitude, just to take a step back. Just to take a step back and reevaluate where your energy is coming from. In this time, you're being called to evaluate these things. Your boundaries. You're also meant to have patience. And you're also meant to understand your connection to the divine and the role that the divine plays in all of this when it comes to knowing where your true strength derives from, where it comes from. You also need to find a balance with your light, okay? You got to know how to replenish. This group, I feel like you give a lot of energy into other people, other things. But I feel like Spirit wants you to go inward and focus on why you give so willingly, but also too at the expense of yourself. Because I feel like there's like some self-sacrificing coming out here. Definitely. And that stems from somewhere. Some place like internal that like you still need to face and confront. Which makes all the sense. I mean, you chose the carnelian crystal. That's literally meant to help you look fear itself in the eye. You need to, I think Spirit is encouraging you to take some time to yourself. Okay, take some time to yourself. Feed your inner child. Spend some time with your inner child. Get to the root and the core of why you give, but also giving is okay if it is coming from a healthy place. But if you are giving to fill a void or to overcompensate for something that you haven't dealt with, that's an issue. That is unhealthy giving. It's unhealthy. And as a result, it may be difficult for you to understand how to receive or to find that balance. The fact that you want to spread love, spread this joy, spread this light is beautiful. It's beautiful, and you're going to do just that. But Spirit wants you to do a little bit more work when it comes to identifying, one, where that giving is coming from. And is it coming from a healthy place? What boundaries do you need to set when it comes to this? You have to be patient with yourself in the process because you may uncover some things that you haven't necessarily dealt with, but you still have to unpack. But also too, understanding that everything is going to be okay because Spirit is your source. Spirit is guiding you. Spirit is with you. You're never alone. You're never alone. But this is a time for true reflection for this group, and it's a time for really dissecting and understanding where your giving comes from. And is it healthy? How do you move forward? Who should be getting your energy? If you're giving energy, why are you giving energy there? Is it good for you to be given this energy? Does it help to provide a balance in your life? What are you doing to pour into yourself in the process? Don't self-sacrifice. Please do not self-sacrifice. Don't. The more and more you self-sacrifice, honestly, the more you may grow bitter to relationships that like you have and situations that you have, because you're doing it at the expense of yourself. And it's not healthy. It's not a healthy way to give. I feel like the message with this group was like fairly clear, and honestly, it's not like the other groups. So this may be like a distinct message, but with this group, just take a step back. Take a step back and evaluate where your giving is coming from. Is it coming from a healthy place? If it's not, why isn't it? This is some healing work, some shadow work for this group, but it's also necessary. It's necessary for your light to shine the brightest in its healthiest form. It truly is. It truly is. And it'll be even easier for you to be generous, but you will be wiser with where you're putting your energy, and it will be healthier for you, lovely. What brings harmony to your life? Really think about that. When it comes to setting boundaries, what does that look like with your relationships? What does it look like with your job, your boss, your friends, your, romantic relationships? You're meant to do some major reflecting on these things right now, but it's only for your betterment, for your ultimate light, the light that you are, because you are a light. You are light. With that being stated, that concludes the reading, spiritual channel messages for this group. I've been concluding each of the readings with a probing question for the week. I am a journaler. My thoughts come out better on paper, and sometimes just being able to reflect on things is what is super important. So far, the messages have, the probing questions have tied in with, the readings. So I'll be curious to see what this group gets. Ooh, and I think it does. Your probing question this week is, what do I spend most of my time with? I believe that ties into, where is your energy going? For sure, for sure. So if you are a journaler, sit with it. If you're not, just think about it as some food for thought for the upcoming weeks. But I thank you so much, my lovelies, for being here, supporting my channel, for watching this video. I hope that the message resonated with you. I hope that you have a great week this week, and there are plenty of messages where this comes from in the future. So look forward to next week's messages as well. Again, I thank you so much. Please like, subscribe, comment. I welcome any and all feedback, as this is a new channel and I'm continuing to grow and evolve, okay? But know that you are loved and you are loved, and I will see you all next week. Bye.